In today's video, we're getting creative drawing all things that are fun, cute, but easy, and it's a wonderful exercise to do when you don't know what to draw. So come along and draw with me. Welcome back friends, my name is Anita and on this channel we draw doodles and other beginner friendly art that is always a lot of fun, and I'm so glad you're here with me today. When I sit down to draw, sometimes I stick to a theme for each of my page of doodles, like drawing birds or a page full of flowers or people. But today we're drawing a whole page full of random cute stuffs, and we'll just let our train of thought dictate on what to draw next. It's going to be a lot of fun, so let's get started. Today I'll be drawing with my fine liner pen. It's an Artline 0.6 nib size, and I love the thick bold lines that it makes. Let's start by giving our page a nice little title somewhere in the center. It's bright and early in the morning where I'm now, and I'd like to start by drawing the sun. Now there's a million ways to draw the sun, and this is just one of them, where I alternate the rays with lines and triangles and give our sun a cute little face. Next, I'm dreaming of a good cup of coffee. So let's start by drawing the rim of the cup, then the base. Do some double lines for the handle, and then a saucer underneath the cup. And we could also draw some latte art or maybe some cappuccino art to show a beautiful pattern on top of the coffee. Maybe color the bits in where the cocoa powder is. Some wavy lines to show a bit of steam coming from our hot coffee, and that looks delicious. Now if you want to give your cup a bit of a dimension, now you can use a pen with a finer nib size to add a little bit of shading to one side of the cup and the saucer for a 3D look. Some pastry to go with our coffee would be nice, so I'm drawing a croissant. So I'm starting with this moon shape, sketching in pencil first, and then I go in with my pen to draw these tiny little bumps all along the outside of our moon shape, and we'll use those bumps as a guide to draw tiny little triangular segments to show the different layers in the pastry. A bit of line shading. Still thinking about breakfast? Let's draw a loaf of bread. All we have to do is draw an oval, and then we can draw in these tiny little slits and color them in. Some hot steam coming out of our freshly baked bread, and give it a face to make it look cute. That's it. Looking out the window, I can see some falling leaves. It's autumn where I'm right now. So let's draw some leaves. The first one is an oak leaf, and you'll notice that I start by drawing the veins of the leaves first, and then I draw the outline of the leaves going around those lines. Let's do another one, this time a maple leaf. So I start by drawing a star, which will be the veins of the leaves, and then I draw the outline of the leaf going around those guidelines. How about drawing a little person? Start with a circle for the face, and then the eyes will sit halfway across the face. Then you can mark the positions for the nose and the mouth, and then we are ready to go in with our pen and you can see more clearly. Let's give our person some wavy hair and a nice little bun on top of the head. You can color in the hair or these lines like so, and that gives it a nice textural look. Give her some eyelashes and some pretty lips, and isn't she looking cute? I almost forgot to draw in her ears, so add those in. Next, let's draw a grumpy cat. So I start with a rough sketch of the shape of the cat with my pencil, and then I go in with the pen and start by drawing in the ears and then the shape of the rest of the body. Draw in a tail and some legs, and to make the cat look grumpy, just draw an inverted V for the mouth, and you get that grumpy kind of look. So you can add in some more details like stripes and a few dots in a few places to show some variations of color in its fur, and that's it. How about drawing a chicken? I can almost hear the chickens in my neighbor's garden, and made me think of drawing a chicken. Chickens have a small head compared to their large body, and doing an outline in pencil first of the shape of its body really helps when you go in with the pen. So I've just added the tail feathers, eyes, a pointed beak, And once you draw in the crest on top of its head, I think it's called a comb, it starts to resemble a chicken very much. Give it some tiny little feet and maybe some dots in a few places on its fur. Now chickens like to eat bugs. I'm gonna try and draw a tiny little bug sitting on a mushroom, ready for our chicken to snap up. We can also give our mushroom some fun little patterns, and that's it. How about drawing a bowl of noodles? So we start with drawing our bowl first and then draw some coils or spirals inside the bowl to represent noodles. And then we could have some noodles hanging off a chopstick on top of the bowl. I think I'll go back and make the sticks a little bit longer and a bit thicker where the top of the chopstick is, and add some fun patterns to our bowl and some wavy lines to show some steam coming out of our noodles. Some bubble tea would go really nicely with our noodles, so let's try and draw one of those in a takeaway cup. We start by drawing a dome-shaped cap of the cup and then leave a little bit of a gap in the cap for the straw to pass through. Some tiny little dots at the bottom of the cup, those are our bubbles. Draw the straw in, perhaps color that in, and our bubble tea is starting to take good shape. Wow, our page is looking already quite full now. Let's see if we can squeeze in a tiny little dog in the bottom corner here. This is my very simple approach to drawing a dog. Basically draw an oval, give it an eye and a mouth, some ears hanging down its side, a pointed nose, and tail pointing towards the sky. Totally random, but I decided to draw my phone next. So I start with a rectangle and then another rectangle inside for the screen, and then I draw the home button, a little circle for that. Then we can draw some effect lines around our phone to show that it is vibrating. How about drawing some lavender? We start with 2 long stalks, and then on each stalk we draw these tiny clusters of petals, leaving a little bit of a gap between each of the clusters, and you go all the way up doing these clusters and the stalks start to look like lavender. You can finish off by adding some thin grassy leaves near the bottom of the stalks and some dots to show pollen. Next, I'm drawing some raspberry. I drew an oval with my pencil and I'm filling up that oval with tiny little circles, and that'll make it look like a raspberry. Give it a nice little stalk and maybe some tiny leaves attached to our stalk. And that's our raspberry. How about drawing a cute heart-shaped padlock and a key combo? Simply draw a heart shape, attach a handle to it, perhaps thicken up the edges so it looks it's got a bit of a 3D look, and our key could be sitting right next to it. A few pockets of space left here and there on our page. I'm drawing an evil eye here. I'm gonna give it some nice thick bold lashes, and that's gonna make it stand out. Wow, our evil eye is looking like it's staring right back at us. Kind of scary. Next, I'm drawing a branch that could be a fern as well. So a line in the middle and then tiny thin leaves on either side of the midrib. Moving on to our final 2 doodles for this video, guys. I'm drawing a jumper or a sweater hanging from a coat hanger. Now, drawing clothes is always a lot of fun. You can play around with different sleeve sizes or sleeve patterns, and you can play around with the different designs or patterns that you draw on the clothes, and it's always good fun. Okay, our final doodle for this video, my friends, is a sunflower that's sitting right next to our dog, and it looks like our dog is sniffing the sunflower. Alright, my friends, this page is full and my heart is full from all this drawing. This was a lot of fun. I hope you give them a try, and I'll see you next time.